Gemini, welcome to Magic 7 Tarot. How are you doing today? My name is Finn, and I'm going to do a monthly reading for you for the month of May and leading into your birth month from May 20th to June 20th or so. So if you want to take a couple of deep breaths and consider what you're thinking about or worried about or hoping for, and we'll shuffle the cards together and we'll do a reading. Eternal Spirit, we have a forecast for the next month or so for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know what the difference between Sun, Moon, and Rising sign is in your chart, go ahead and look at the video I have online here in the general videos, and I'll explain the differences. Eternal Spirit, please guide Gemini for the next month. What are the energies that they need to work with? What are the situations, people, and outcomes? I desire to know the truth for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I always shuffle the cards 3 times. I cut them into 3 piles 3 times. That's my process. Monthly forecast for Gemini. I desire to know the truth, Spirit. For Gemini. Okay. Let's have a look here, Gemini. Past, present, future, what you need to control, the environment, what opposes you, and the final outcome. Okay, in the past we have Arcanum 10, the Wheel, or Wheel of Fortune, as it's called in other decks. This is Uranus energy, so disruptions, changes, massive changes, really. Massive changes. It really is a change in direction. But having to deal with change is really one of the hallmarks of that card. You know, I love this card because it shows like you're either on the outside going up or you're the outside going down. But really what you want to do when change is happening is try to be in the middle, okay, in the center. Keep your center. Let the change happen around you. If you're going up, you know, eventually you're going to go down when you're on the outside of the wheel. So you've had to deal with some change. And that's been disruptive. And I won't know exactly what that represents until we do the other cards. But if you know where Uranus is in your birth chart, that'll give you a big clue. And certainly we've all been dealing with lots of change. And there's change in the air and disruptions. And whether it's political or tariffs or all of these different things, right? Wars, awful things. Okay, so Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, and so you know, you might find like a lot of you always have a bit of nervous energy, Gemini, right? Because you're kind of wired that way. But you might have found that you know, that's even more dramatic over the last little while. Okay, let's look at the present and the future, and then we'll have a sense of what that relates to. Okay, so in the present we have Arcanum 8, the Balance, also known as the Justice card. So this is very practical energy. It's almost like there's so many crazy things been going on that now you got to kind of come to ground. I mean, in a sense, this is what I recommended. That's the center, right? And you know, you might have found so anything that you can apply a system to, organization, practical matters. In other words, dealing with the practical things is one way to kind of dissipate this kind of frenetic Uranus energy. I mean, this is also electricity, so it has to do with like the internet or computers. So, you know, did your computer break in the last little while and now you got to spend the money and get a new one? Well, that's the sort of thing that could have happened. Obviously, this is a general reading, so I'm taking the temperature for everyone. But if you want to dive deeper, I do have privates available. So you just look at the link in the description. What I'm trying to say is there are many different interpretations for these energies. And I'm kind of going with the one that, you know, hits me in the moment. But if you know, again, where Capricorn is in your chart, or if you have any planets in Capricorn or rising sign, I mean, this is the sort of way we use the silver key of tarot and we apply the golden key of astrology. Make sure that you're not overworking yourself, overburdening yourself. You're going to feel burdened. I mean, you might feel kind of bummed out, honestly. Like all of these changes and craziness in the air has kind of taken its toll on you, and you don't want to like only work. Okay, I don't know how else to say it. Right? You need to have some kind of. I mean, this is called the balance. It's like a work-life balance sort of thing. Okay. Let's see what the immediate future holds, and I can sort of see. Okay, so Seven of Cups. So this is like successful change of home, ideal affectional interchange, right? And so the changes, could have been about a relationship, and now you're sort of dealing with that situation, whether there's legal elements involved or not. That's individuals may have that, like lawsuits or divorce, um, or all this craziness, and then kind of working too hard has kind of created like a dull situation for you. It's dulled your finer edge. Gemini, you tend to be pretty refined person, right? And so in the immediate future, it's much more emotional, like fun with your kids, and having a good time. You just want to watch out that you're not you know walking away from work and kind of fantasizing about something else, and because this can kind of get carried away. um, we want to look for the truth of the matter. Okay, I'm always asking, when I shuffle the cards, I'm asking spirit for the truth, because we can work with the truth. This can get a bit into the fantasy world, so just be cautious of that, okay, Gemini, as you move forward. But whatever massive changes, or changes that have affected you in a negative way and caused you kind of to be, uh, you could be depressed, right? With this card, whatever that's happened, it seems to kind of in the immediate future kind of open up a bit, and you have a little more like balance and emotional life. I mean, these are very dry cards, right? Like arid, like the desert. And so you get a bit of water back in there, and that's really good. Just be careful that truth from illusion. Okay. All right. What do you need to control here? Okay. Is Arcanum 17. It's the Gemini card. So changeableness, right? But again, these two cards are very related in the sense that they have to do with um, truth versus illusion. Okay. So hope, right? Keep the faith. That's what it's saying to you. Even with this difficult times that are on you right now, or this kind of sense of feeling weighted down, which is not a good place for Gemini, that's going to kind of break free. Okay. And you're going to have a little more energy for yourself, and you're going to have, um, a more positive outlook. Okay. So just don't let that positive outlook become about, a crazy fantasy that you wish would come true, because it doesn't seem to be, you know, although this is very nice, and in the immediate future, you're going to feel relief. I mean, the burden is going to lift. Okay. Just keep it real. I mean, this is keeping it too real. And so with these cards, it's really nice. You'll start to feel more like yourself. I guarantee that. What's the environment here? Okay. So we have a court card. We have the Queen of Scepters reversed. So in the Brotherhood of Light Tarot, which I use, the Egyptian Tarot, a reverse court card means the opposite gender. So this is a man, a very proud man, and he's influencing this situation. Now, it could be a part of yourself, or it could be someone else. That we don't know. And uh, so don't let your pride get in the way of things. Okay, that's what it's saying to me. This is gregarious fun. Someone who likes to have a good time, likes to be the center of attention. And so that person or that part of yourself can go too far there. Okay. And so it's one thing to be in a happy mood and, the life of the party and so forth. It's another thing to sort of, impose your will on other people. And so I want you to be very cautious about not imposing your will on other people. And if someone else is trying to impose their will on you, I mean, maybe this person is related to these situations. Um, uh, magically escape from it by being light. Okay, lighter than air, float away. Okay, you have this kind of ability here, Gemini, to kind of rise above the kind of turmoil. And I really recommend that you do that. Rise above it. This person can get on you. I mean, have an image there of the, someone scolding you or bossing you around. I mean, it could be a boss. I mean, simply put, it could be someone you work for. What opposes you here is the Nine of Scepters reversed. Okay. And so, I mean, these two cards are actually pretty related, right? We have Leo in Sagittarius here, and uh, be careful of tearing things down rather than building them up. I mean, this is a very constructive card, but when it opposes you, it's almost like you're either not building the things up that you should, or you're tearing something down that needs to stay. And it's almost like you're reacting to this person's influence. Mm-hmm. When I get an image, I'm clairvoyant, right? So I see things, and sometimes I see one little image comes in, right? And then other times it's like boom, 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 a big flash of many, many, many images, and then it's my job to kind of sort through them to kind of come to a message for you here. This is also very dry, it's almost like antiseptic. And it could be analytical, it could be criticism. Okay, so watch out that someone's being fair in their criticism of you, and if not, rise above it and hope for something better to emerge. I'm going to look at the last card here, and then I'll go back through them. Arcanum 20. So this is called the sarcophagus in the Brotherhood of Light Tarot, but it really is about rising above it. Okay, it's like a resurrection. So these changes that have happened in the past, there's a lot of energy here. First of all, Gemini, out of 7 cards, you have 4 major arcana cards. So that's a lot. If you know what your moon sign is, this is ruled by the moon. So knowing where your moon is in your birth chart, I have a link to astro.com on my channel information. And Astrodynast, it's called. It's a free service. I don't get any money for it. It doesn't cost any money. And you can get your birth chart made, and they have some good interpretations. So knowing where your moon is, knowing where Uranus is, knowing where Capricorn is in your chart, those are all going to be clues to how this is um, going to work for you or against you personally, individually. Each person is going to have a different accent of these energies. This hypercritical, nitpicking person and energy is of the past. Okay, it's moving away. So if you can just kind of make it through the next little while, Gemini, and know that this dry kind of boring work or effort that you're putting in is leading to a much better place, and you're going to feel like yourself again, and you're going to be inspired. Something new is going to happen. Okay, and not in this kind of Uranus way, right? Where this is happening, that's happening. Like, you're not going to be bombarded. Okay, this is more of a personal resurrection, right? A rebirth. Okay, and just in time for your solar return, right? Yeah, it's positive. I mean, I feel like the hardest part is over, or you're in the hardest part. Like, the hardest part was all of these things bombarding you with new information or situations. Now it's kind of like stabilized, but it's a very dry situation. It's like doing your taxes. You know what I mean? It's kind of that kind of vibe, right? Getting things in order. But you can use that energy to order your situation, right? To like be practical, make lists, get things done, accomplish things. I mean, there's a lot of energy to accomplish things. Self-criticism, being criticized by others, those are especially as it relates to business, those are things you're going to watch out for, and keeping it real. Okay, because you can hope and you can wish, but don't believe it's happened until it's happened. Okay, stay real about it. All right, Gemini. some challenges, but kind of leads to this great moment, a breakthrough. So I'm going to pull a couple of other oracle cards for you just to kind of get some clarity here. If you like what, first of all, thanks for listening. I'm building this channel. It's still pretty new, so I appreciate everybody that joins me, and I hope you get something out of it. If it resonates for you, I appreciate a like or a comment. Let me know how it's resonating for you, or a subscription, of course, which doesn't cost anything. I appreciate all of those things. Thank you for being here today. Let's ask Spirit for a bit of guidance. Eternal Spirit, what archetype can Gemini drop in this month to help them on their journey? I desire to know the truth. Help them get through the challenging moments. Help them deal with people who kind of hypercritical of them. Help lead them to the vision for themselves that they want to accomplish. I desire to know the truth. Now, I shuffle and cut the cards 3 times. If one pops out, I don't use that card. I just think I wasn't paying attention. Or I'm shuffling round cards, which is its own challenge. Other people do it differently. That's okay. Eternal Spirit, archetype for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I desire to know the truth for Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We desire to know the truth. An archetype for Gemini for the month ahead. Okay, Gemini, what did we get? The vision. I love it. I love it. This card is about vision. This card is about vision, right? It's just keeping, that vision in your mind, what you want to accomplish, how you see yourself, but knowing that you're not there yet, right? Like this card is like having that vision. Literally, it could mean like a psychic vision. And this is, like hope, like your wishes. And it's the Gemini card. And so the only thing with these is to not believe it's happened until it happens, right? And especially if there's someone around you who's hypercritical, it can really diminish, how you envision yourself. So keep those things private if you can't. You should always sort of keep something in your back pocket, right? You don't need to tell everybody everything all the time. Although Gemini, I know you like to communicate, and that's okay. But having something in your back pocket keeps the energy contained for you to, give birth to it. I mean, this is a birth, right? Something new is going to happen over the next month. And it's like a new you. It's coming forward based on the things that you want to have happen, not being bombarded by things that you don't want to have happen, or having to deal with situations that really weren't your making. All right. Let me read this. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny toward which we are aimed. It's also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we're connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness. I mean, this is enchanted aliveness, these 2 cards, absolutely. That others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting. There's dull and exhausting could be the present that you're feeling, but don't lose sight of your vision. It's there, okay? And it's going to come the next little while. You're going to start to feel it. Lacking meaning, bring back the mystery, bring back the dream. So potent imagination, synchronicity, and trust. Trust, hope, faith, synchronicity, vision, all of those things coming, and just mind the dullness for the moment, okay? It's gonna pass, Gemini. I love that. It's a beautiful card, too, with the owls. Love it. Okay, one more card, Gemini, and we'll be off for today. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle card. Let's pull a card, something to inspire you, because, it's been tough. And now you've got this kind of moment, which is very un-Gemini, this kind of dull, plodding effort. but that breaks free. Spirit, what inspiration can we give to Gemini in their journey this month? I desire to know the truth for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Inspiration for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I desire to know the truth. Inspiration for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Desire to know the truth for Gemini. Excuse me. Courage. Gemini, courage is kind of, and I'll read the card here, but, having to negotiate situations that aren't your strength is, and to kind of hold to a vision, that hasn't materialized yet takes some courage. It takes fortitude, right? And so I want you to just be brave and know that change is on its way. And the worst is over, okay? This was challenging for you. You hated it. The last couple of months have probably been pretty tough for you, okay? All right, just make sure I'm on the right card here. Courage, yes. Step forward, throw your shoulders back, and stand up for yourself with passion. This is your passion here. And standing up for yourself, you might have to stand up for yourself against this person and their perpetual critiques. Speak up for those less fortunate. Be impeccable in all your actions. This isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Don't be limited by the beliefs of others. Don't be limited by the beliefs of others, Gemini. Use your passion and make a difference. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. Fearless means fearless. Acknowledge your fear and take action anyway. Make a stand. You are strong and powerful and have great value within you. Gemini, you absolutely have great value within you. And you've been through the hardest part, or you're just about through it. So visioneer that future that you want to have. Ignore the naysayers, or certainly don't take it to heart. Okay? Have that vision where you're going. And over the next month or so, a new beginning, a new you starts to emerge. Gemini, I love you. I hope that everything's okay. Let me know how things are going. Peace.